Yeah, what is it? His name is 50 Cents because they pulled 50 cents worth of metal out of him when he got shot. Was that the idea? That's why he got the name 50 Cent?
Don't ask our crowd.
I thought that was it. I remember looking that up. Like he got shot and survived, and then they pulled like enough metal out of him to make 50 cents. I don't know, something like that. I don't think I'm getting it right, but it's close to that. Black people don't have it easy, and cops are bad. All right, moving on. But there are some cool cops. But we've already talked about that. Obviously, there's some cool everything. If all cops were evil, we would have figured it out by now. Like for instance, if we all of a sudden had the internet, all of a sudden you'd be seeing all these videos of them murdering people. It would just start happening like that overnight. It has. But I think I've met cool cops. Have you ever met a cop and like hung out and like just hung out like an off-duty cop?
When I was in college, I was a journalism student, and I did a piece where I interviewed a cop. I'll tell you about this. I had to go. You had to write something about like the police force, whatever. So I met a cop back in Whittier that I hated because he was an asshole. He was the chief of police back in Whittier, and they had this program of harassing the homeless people. And so I sat him down. We had lunch. I took him to a Mexican restaurant, and I'm 18 years old, 19 years old. And we sat down, had lunch, and he's like, look, I don't like you. You don't like me. I do. Like he gave me the kind of you can't handle the truth, like a few good men speech. Like you need people like me on that wall. By the end of the lunch, I actually liked him. He was a human being at the end of that lunch, but I hate the way he operates. And so he was a human being after it, but I still think that he was teaching his younger officers to come and treat homeless people automatically with disrespect, and automatically is less than human.
Yeah.
And
well, yeah, it's like this. There's two kinds of people in this world. There's the kinds of people that think there's two kinds of people in this world, and then there's the good people, like that. And that's sort of that's the sort of like what we call right wing and left wing in America. Like, is it because there's this appealing thing about the idea that there's rules and that there is no chaos and that there's never an exception, because that's how you do get shit done, is you wake up in the morning and decide that you deserve something or that something needs to get done and all this stuff. And if you did plunge yourself exclusively into what we would call the general left kind of psyche, would you get shit done, or would you, I don't know, are those the competing parts of our species? Like this idea that on one hand, everything's crazy. Oh wow, hey, fuck, you never know anything. And then I don't know, is it like these brush cut guys that like we loathe and that make us do these rituals, and that they're constantly embarrassing themselves and getting us all into trouble and serving as an example to us? Is like, God, you can't think like that.
It's a vicious cycle, because I got pulled over a couple weeks ago after I just landed at LAX, was pulling out of this parking lot I always park at, ran a stop sign, was right by the police station there. And it's like I just kind of drifted through a stop sign and I got pulled over, but the guy came to my window. I could see him through my side view mirror. He was like a very young guy, and I really feel like he was probably a very new rookie. He came at me like I had just robbed the president's bank and kicked his mom in the wallet. He was like handling his gun and freaking out, and it freaked me out. And it's like, I think that's the wrong way to approach anybody.